4.3 Introduction to Composite Functions, Part 2. So we did it graphically, visually before. Now we're going to do it with functions, and all it is plugging those numbers into the function and then plugging them into a second function. So it's not overly complicated. So we're going to evaluate inside out. So we're going to plug it into g of x first. So we have negative 2 times 9 plus 1, which is negative 18. Plus 1, which is negative 17. So now I'm going to plug this into f of x. So we have negative 17 squared plus 3 times negative 17, which is 238. So f of g of 9 is 238. Also, I didn't do that in my head. I used a calculator. I'm not that impressive. I lied, I am. You should know that I am. I'm a math genius. Okay, g of f of 9. So we're going to plug 9 into our original equation. So we have 9 squared plus 3 times 9, which is 81 plus 27, so 108. And now we're going to plug 108 into our other equation. So we have negative 2 times 108 plus 1, which will give us negative 215. So g of f of 9 is negative 215. And that's it. Okay, given the functions f of x equals the absolute value of x subtract 1, and g of x is equal to 1 over x squared plus 1, determine each value. So same thing as last example. So we're going to evaluate g of x first. So we have 1 over 2 squared plus 1, which is 1/5. 4 plus 1 is 1/5. And then we're going to evaluate f. So we have 1/5 subtract 1 is the absolute value of that. If we don't remember how to subtract fractions, which we probably don't, let's be real, we're going to change it so they have the same denominator. So 5 out of 5 is the same as 1. So we have 1 subtract 5 over 5, which is negative 4/5. But it is an absolute value, so it's 4 over 5. Also, this is pre-cal 30. You should be able to do fractions. All right. We're evaluating f of 2 first. So we have absolute value of 2 subtract 1, which is the absolute value of 1, which is 1. And then we have 1 over 1 squared plus 1, which is 1/2. So there it is. Very easy. Okay, writing equations of composite functions is the same thing. You're going to plug in the middle one into the outside one. So we want to plug in g of x into the x portion of f of x for this one. So we're going to have 2 times 2x plus 7 squared plus 1. Now the difference with these is that you will simplify these. So be careful when you see a binomial squared. Remember, it's the same as saying 2x plus 7 times 2x plus 7, writing your binomial out twice. And then you have to FOIL and distribute out fully. So this is the same as saying 2 times 4x squared plus 14x plus 14x plus 49 plus 1. And this simplifies to make 28x. So we have 8x squared plus 56x plus 98 plus 1. So this is 8x squared plus 56x plus 99. So there is our equation, our explicit equation. This one also wants us to do the domain and range. So first of all, this is a parabola. I can solve for the domain and range of a parabola. The domain is really easy. It's all the real numbers. This is a parabola that opens up, so I need to know what the vertex is. We can find vertexes of parabolas. Remember that the x in your vertex is at the point of negative b over 2a. So negative 56 over 2 times 8, which would get negative 3.5. And to find the y in our vertex, we would plug in a 3.5 negative 3.5 into the equation. So don't forget, you know how to find vertexes in parabolas. This point will be at 1. So our range, because it opens up, would be y is greater than or equal to 1. And I know it opens up because my a value is positive. So don't forget how to do parabolas now that we're in a different unit. Okay, g of f of x. So we're going to plug f of x now into g. So this one's a little bit less work. So we're going to go 2, and then I'm going to write 2x squared plus 1 plus 7. So we have 4x squared plus 2 plus 7. So we have 4x squared plus 9. And we should be able to see what the vertex of this is because it's in vertex form, ax minus p squared plus q. My vertex is at 0 and 9. So my domain is going to be element of the real numbers because it's a parabola, and because it opens up, it's going to be y such that y is greater than or equal to 9. Alright, last one, g of x. This one is definitely the easiest because it's just combining two lines. So we're going to plug g into itself. So 2x plus 7 times 2 plus 7. So we have 4x plus 14 plus 7. So we have 4x plus 21 is my function. And it is a line, so it's element of the real numbers for our domain. And our range is also element of the real numbers. Alright, and that is the end of combining to find explicit equations. So remember to simplify and then find your domain and range. Alright, bye!